A2TP podcast, episode 46. We in the building. How we doing, people? I am back. As you can see, it's just your boy International Walt here tonight. There's no co-hostess with the mostest. Co-hostess with the mostest is away doing something. She's not available. There's no beef, no issue like that. She's not available this week, and she ain't here. But the show must go the fuck on. So you got your boy International Walt in the house. A2TP podcast, episode 46. You can catch us on A2TPodcast.com. That's the website. That's where you can go and get merch. In this wintertime, we got long sleeve shirts. We got beanie caps with A2TP on it. A2TP podcast, long shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts. Some people like hoodies, some people like sweatshirts, but we got all that there. There's laptop covers. There's all kinds of shit on the website, but you got to go to the website, navigate it, scroll down, and get what you need. Like I said, all the short sleeve stuff is off. You got long sleeve stuff, all that kind of stuff. A2TPodcast.com. So you can catch us there. You can catch us on Breaker. You can catch us on Google Podcasts. You can also catch us on Anchor and the big boy Spotify. We are aiming to get to Apple Podcasts. Just takes a little bit of time, but we gonna fucking get there. So right off the bat, how are you? I'm good. Wonder how y'all doing out there. So I'm just gonna start with my mental. Probably, I would say this week it's been like a 7. It ain't been the fucking greatest week, but you know, it's been a week. So yeah, it's been like a 7 on the mental part. Work's been like a fucking, I would say work's been a 7 too. When I'm wrapping up these jobs at the end, they're such a fucking drag. I mean, such a fucking drag. Like there's, you know, I'm that good where at the end of the job, you know, well, me and my guys are that good where at the end of the job, we don't have much to do. And we kind of sit around for the last few weeks, just, you know, fucking lollygagging, talking shit, going to breakfast, Chick-fil-A and shit like that, smoking weed. So that's how the end of the week is. The end of these jobs, that they get real boring. So works like a 7. Finances is like, right now they're probably a 9, but you know, Christmas coming up, my wife's birthday coming up. She always want to fucking go somewhere. So not that I don't too, because I want to go somewhere too, but I'm the money watcher. So I got to watch the money, watch the bank account and all that kind of shit. So yeah, finances is on a 9. 2-3 weeks from now, they might be on a 7, but we'll see. God might have some stuff in plan. You know, when you let money go out one hand, money swing back around in the other hand, as long as you're being positive out there. So that's what I hope will happen. So mental, what did I say I was? I think I said I was a 7. Work, a 7, because yeah, it just was a week. So I did say mental was a 7. Work is a 7 because it's a fucking drag right now. And finances is a 9. Hopefully they'll go up and not go down. Wonder how y'all doing out there. Do y'all have any numbers on, you know, your mental, your work, your finance, what's going on with you? You got to take a toll on yourself to keep these things in check when you're going through your weeks. So when you go through your Monday and your Friday, you know, you got to ask yourself, how are you? Like, how am I? So when you know, sitting around taking a shit or whatever you at, taking a dump, smoking a joint, or just sitting in your car before you about to go in the house, you know, when you're week up, ask yourself, how are you? And when you about to answer yourself, stop and say, no, how are you? Like, make sure you talk to yourself and you want to know, how the fuck are you? And try to come up with 3 things. Try to keep mental in there, because you know, that's your bandwidth, that's your capacity. But come up with 3 things, whether it be mental, work, and finances. You can follow that same method and grade yourself. Grade yourself on a number system from 1 to 10, 1 to 5. Obviously, 1 being the lowest, 10 or 5 being the highest, and go off of that. And then you can actually journal that. You know, obviously we do these shows, so I have all this shit journaled, so I know from week to week, you know, how I'm feeling, or I can just gauge how I'm feeling, you know, if I want to go back and look at that. But, you know, you can do the same thing. So I deeply encourage that. You know, plus it's interactive with the show too. you could drop a comment and say, how are you? And you could tell people how you doing. So, because I would like to know. I want to know the people out there listening to me, you feel good too. Because, I'm on this healing train and I want people to grasp some of that too. All this shit from when we were young and all the trauma and bullshit we go through. You need some healing in your life. So, yeah, that's something you probably should probably try to incorporate in your weekly endeavors. Wows and woes. Let's see. My wows this week was, let me think for a while. Wows this week probably was just the fact that it's a short week. And, only got to work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that's probably the biggest wow of the week. Yeah, it being short. I don't know when the last time we had a short week from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I don't know. My woe for the week would be, I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving. I'm blessed to see another one. Obviously, it means I've been here for another year. But I'm last 2 or 3 years, I'm just so freaking sick of the food. It's the same goddamn turkey, the same goddamn stuffing, the same goddamn macaroni and cheese, the same goddamn cornbread and pies and cakes. Like, the shit just gets old. And I'm 44 years old. I guess I've been eating this shit for 44 years, and I'm just done. I'm at my wit's end with it. Plus, none of that shit healthy for you anyway. It can get you fat, diabetes, and all kinds of shit. So I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving. I do like Thursdays, though. I do like Thursdays because it's close to Friday. So Thursday is a good day. But not a fucking big fan of the Thanksgiving, the pilgrims, and what's it, all that. And some people say, well, a lot of black people might say, oh, we celebrate as family coming together. And I get all that. But stereotypes come from shit that's true. And a stereotype about Thanksgiving is around a bunch of family members that you don't want to be around anyway, just for the sake of Thanksgiving. So, I'm not a big Thanksgiving fan, but I do like Thursdays. This podcast today is going to be specifically, and I got my cue cards here, because I don't want to be looking down. I want to look right into the camera. But this is a situation that I'm going to use one of my wife's sayings. This is taking me back. I'm taken back by this. So the Philly murders, the murders in Philly, I think, looked yesterday, and it was over 490. And we are in November, last 2 weeks of November, about to go into December, another 31 days. And I think they're averaging something like 20 murders in 30 days. So we're shooting for well over 500 murders in the city of Philadelphia. But last week, something caught my eye, broke my fucking heart at the same time. And I'm sure a lot of people out there seen this story where a pregnant woman was, in her late trimester, going to a baby shower, her own baby shower, of course, and opening up gifts, about to put gifts in the trunk, or I think she was leaving the baby shower at this point, and was gunned down, shot, and murdered. And that was like a ringer to me. And it's like, what the fuck are we doing out there? Why isn't it a level of care for innocent people? And the first thing I thought when I heard this story was, damn, baby father, right? You hear girl get killed, you think baby father. So I'm thinking, damn, baby father killed her. Or nowadays, it could be, ex-boyfriend. It could be dude's baby mom who mad, and, it could be a girl. It's a lot of women out there that's wanted for murder. It could be a girl, you're not having my nigga's baby or some shit like that. A whole plethora of things ran through my mind. So I say that to say, look, I grew up on 26 in York, right? It's in the streets. done some things in my life I'm not proud of, done some violent things, hurt some people, and I'm not proud of that. It actually weighs on me in my latter years, the stuff that I was involved in and stuff that I may have done to people. But never, never, ever, 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 ever would I think that I would have harmed a pregnant woman. It's like certain things. When I was young, we would rob the chip, man. We would rob the bread, man. We would do stupid things as boys to get ourselves in trouble. Then when we got into the streets and was into the guns and playing with guns and shootings and shootouts and things like that, and people got shot, some people got hurt. When we was into those type of things, never, I mean never was a girlfriend or a child. It wasn't a thing. Like they're not a target for us. If you mad at somebody, go after that person, not their baby mom or their girl or their son or daughter. Those type of things, even in the streets in the 90s, was taboo. You don't bother nobody's grandma. You don't fuck with nobody's mom. You don't fuck with nobody's kids. Like there was a certain code of ethics in the street still in the 90s when I was in the street. And then, you know, it's 25, it's 30 years later. So shit is different. And the level of fucks given out there now is goose egg. Like nobody gives a shit about anybody or anything. Like there's people that will tell you over and over, I don't give a fuck about what you got to say. I don't want to hear it. And when I was young, it was almost like if you had a kid who was 17, 18 in the street life since he was probably 15, been locked up, had a certain type of mentality, it was over for a cat like that. It was over for a dude like that. But nowadays, you got kids 13, 14 with that same mentality, with that same zero fucks given. And it's like, this is the type of shit we end up with. Last podcast, I talked about these murders in Philly because that's my city. And, you know, I live in another state, but still, that's my city. It's where I'm born and raised. And it's like, you know, a dude shot a girl like 5 times in the face. Like, while she was laying on the ground dead, shot her 5 times in the face. So when you see shit like this, a pregnant woman shot in the head and in the stomach, like the intent behind that is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And I'm at a point now where it's like, okay, what's the solution? What do we do about the murders in Philly? First thing came to my mind is the firepower that's out there, the police force, the firepower that's on the street with calicos and Dracos and extended round clips and switches and glizzies. Like it's absurd, the firepower that's on the Philadelphia streets, on all the ghettos across America, on all the streets. But the cops don't give a fuck here, and I think that's the reason why the cops don't give a fuck, I think, is germane to the George Floyd incident, where it was like, okay, you guys want to abolish the police, y'all want to take shit from us, y'all want to label us as bad people, we're going to back the fuck up off that. And I think it's an experiment on their part to say, okay, hands off, let's fall back and watch what happens. And this is what you see when these crime rates are rising in the city, is because the whole abolish the police thing is still, the waves of that is still going through the police departments. I think that's just my opinion. I think we're at a point now of like, what do you do? How do you get the cops to care? How do you get young people to care about life? How do you get the cops to go into these neighborhoods where it's extremely fucking violent and not have a situation where they may end up killing somebody because, you know, they're going into these violent neighborhoods and they're scared. And I'm not talking about the dickhead cops who go in these neighborhoods just to kill. I'm talking about these cops who go in these neighborhoods, get shot at, and end up shooting back and killing somebody. I mean, that's shit you got to live with too. That's shit that's going to be publicized too. So I'm talking about those kind of cops that they're saying to themselves, look, let's back off. They want to take shit from us, abolish it. And at the time, that shit sounds great. You know, let's take some money and let's put it somewhere else in the police department, like on training and things like that, so we can have a better understanding of what the police should do and expectation of what they owe us for our tax dollars. But I'm at the point now that I think the city, and you know, if I'm fucking off the rails, I'm off the rails, but this is just my opinion. Martial law. I think the people, the zero fucks given out there, martial law, and I think that alone scares everybody. And I'm saying not scared. I probably shouldn't use the word scared, but it makes everybody antennas and awareness goes up when you see tanks on the street, when you see soldiers out here with M60s across their chest and not scared to use it. And I mean, who wants to live in a society like that? But how much longer can we walk around with pregnant women being shot at 7 months and their babies being targeted? A baby not even brought into this world yet and is a victim of gun violence. Where it should have, I mean, this isn't the one murder that should stop it all or should open everybody's eyes up. It should have happened on the first murder, the 16th murder, the 76th murder, the 212th murder. But now we're over 500, and one of the women shot coming from a baby shower. Like, you can't go to school, you can get shot up. Can't stand on a bus stop, you get shot up. Can't go get coffee, you get shot up. Can't go to the playground, you get shot up. Can't go to a basketball game, get shot the fuck up. Can't go to baby shower now? I mean, a pregnant woman can't go to a fucking baby shower? What is that? What is that? I mean, society is fucked when it comes to a pregnant woman can't go to a baby shower, enjoy her pregnancy, open up gifts, leave, and think for a moment, even if I do have a boyfriend into some dumb shit, even if I do have a brother into some dumb shit, I'm at my baby shower. And you think that false sense of security because it's loved ones and it's balloons and all that shit, that you think right now, at this moment, I'm safe. You know, maybe when I get back to the hood, there's some shit, there's some bitches want to fight me, this, you know, some shit going on with my baby father, his baby, like anything could be going on. But right now, you would think at that moment, I'm fucking safe. I'm at the baby shower. And this is where I'm gonna lose my life at, the baby shower. It's just that, a baby shower and shooting up a funeral. It's like, you know, how can you repent for shit like that? I mean, I'm not trying to judge nobody. I'm just trying to wonder how. How do you repent for some shit like that? You know, it reminds me of Baby Boy when P, you know, that's Jody's best friend, and he was gangster and Jody wasn't, and he was like, I'm trying to repent, and because I don't want to get to heaven and have God be like, turn your ass around, nigga. Shooting a pregnant woman in the stomach and head, shooting a woman 5 times in the face, that's the kind of shit that I think you probably can't repent for, and you will hear, turn your ass around, nigga. Like, it's just crazy. So I'm at the point now where I think something like martial law, and maybe martial law is way up here, you know, at 10. Maybe there's a 7 where we're not seeing a full military in the city, but there needs to be some type of presence of law enforcement or military that's bigger than the police force in Philadelphia. I mean, it's not working. They don't care. They don't solve murders, and it's that's why it is the way it is. That's why the murder rate is what it is. Philadelphia adapting the drill music from Chicago has something to do with it too, but the police don't care. They don't show up to scenes. They don't solve murders. People are just getting shot left and right like crazy. Now a pregnant woman shot coming from a baby shower. I just think if that shit doesn't tug at your heart and make you want to do something or make you want to say something, then you obviously just don't care. But again, the first person loved one that was dead, that should have been enough. But what do y'all think? Martial law? Should it be tanks on the street? Should it be guys out there with M16s? What do you think the plan is to solve the murders or stop the murders or stop the zero fucks given? How about how do we give these kids some fucks to give? Because they give no fucks. So how do we give them some fucks to give in a sense? Like just how do we make them care? And if that's a foregone conclusion and you can't, then let's put some cops out there who care, who going to address the situation the right way. But right now, averaging like 20 murders a month in 30 days, that's tough, man. That's tough. Because sometimes you can go 2-3 days and don't hear about a murder. And then one Friday you could get 6 in one fucking night. You wake up Saturday and it's all over the place. So I mean, I just want to speak about that because it's my city. I'm from Philly and born and raised there. And like I said, I've done dumb shit in the street. I've done some shit I'm not proud of. But this is one thing I'm glad I haven't done. This is one thing that I would not be able to live with if I was this far gone, if I was this violent. Somebody would have to be just to do something like that it should just be like, no, it should be, nah, I can't, like, I don't give a fuck how gangster and violent I am. My heart won't let me do that. And maybe that's my old age talking. Maybe gangsters can't do that, can't compartmentalize like that. Maybe they haven't learned that quality, but fuck, pregnant woman shot in the head and stomach coming from baby shower. Again, I'm at the martial law or something like it. Drop it in the comments. What do you think the solution is to the homicides being over 500 this year in 2021? In 1990, homicides was 300. And that was like, holy shit, these kids are fucking crazy out here. It was 300 homicides. And it was like, God damn, they're out of their minds. These are the devil kids. What's wrong with them? They need all kinds of help. Lock them up for 20, 30, 40 years. What the fuck do you think about these kids today? Well, I mean, really, what do you think about these kids today when the murders are over 500 and pregnant women are getting shot? People are getting shot 10 times in a Target parking lot with their kids in the car. Like, what kind of shit is going on? And I know this shit's been going on since time immemorial, but social media has played a part in us witnessing a lot more of it up in our faces. But it just bothers the hell out of me. I got a platform, and I'm going to speak on it because, again, I come from that. I used to be that. Thank God I never did anything like that. Because I wouldn't want some shit like that on my jacket. That's a stain that's irreversible. You can't imagine what that brother is going through sitting out there knowing you shot a pregnant woman, bro. Like, you shot a pregnant woman, bro. Like, this ain't gonna go away. This shit will come to a conclusion. And what's done in the dark will come out in the light, bro. Murders and people dying like this, that kind of energy you put out, that kind of shit comes back, bro. It comes back. And this isn't like, you stole some shit from the store. This is way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. So moving on. The Philly thing, the murders, again, my attitude is some type of martial law, some type of police reform. But I think the people on the street, the kids out there with the Dracos and the guns, they need fear back in their hearts. These kids don't fear shit. They don't fear going to jail. They don't fear police. They don't fear their parents. They don't fear getting shot. Like, you ask a kid, they tell you, I don't give a fuck. And it's like, I'm just trying to give you some knowledge on, how to stay alive. I don't give a fuck about your knowledge. I don't give a fuck about staying alive. Like, how do you combat somebody who's talking to you like that? Like, ho, youngin', don't you slow down. I'm trying to give you the game. I made some mistakes. Fuck your mistakes. You're a fucking asshole. Get the fuck going before I make you go. Like, how do you respond to trying to reach out to kids like that? So that's where I think the kid's mindset is nowadays. And yeah, again, I could be fucking wrong about martial law, but pregnant women, that shit just made me jump out the window with like, we gotta fucking do something. You gotta do something. Moving on from that, so I do want to know, but still, what y'all think about that? Do we think we go martial law or do we not? Do we think we add more cops or do we not? What the fuck do we do? So I want to hear some other opinions before we, if y'all gonna shit on mine. So what's y'all opinion? What's your solution? Second on the chart this week is Zach Stacy. Now, Zach Stacy is an ex-football player who showed up on the internet beating the fuck out of his baby mom. He's 30 years old. He got out on the $10,000 bond, and he's charged with aggravated assault and criminal mischief. Now, if anybody's seen this video, you've seen this guy throwing this fucking girl around the room in front of his, I don't know if he had his daughter or son, but it seemed to be a toddler in the background crying. And this dude is throwing this girl from side of the room to side of the room. And not like on the couch, like throwing her into walls, throwing her into flat screen TVs, throwing her into bookshelves. So listen, when I was young, right? And, I didn't have a father and didn't bunch of fucking anger and grew up on the streets. I've had incidents where I fought my girlfriends. I had incidents, and I mean, when I say fight, I mean, pushing and shoving and just having that young puppy love of fighting your girlfriends. Flat out fucking wrong. Flat out wrong. Because a lot of the times, not even a lot, a few of the times, I got my ass beat. You know what I'm saying? So it was like just something that we did. Super, 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 super duper wrong. But I remember, my point of this, of saying that was, I remember being young and not being able to channel anger the way I know how to do now. Okay, that's a learned skill. And I remember having a girlfriend, and I had to be 13, 14. We had to be 14 years old. And her name was, I'm sorry, Marquita, but it's a part of my story. So, I have to tell the story. But I remember me and her was arguing and, in my mom's house upstairs, just having beef inside the bedroom. And I remember that outside, now that I think about it, I think we was in her house. I think we were in her house. But I remember either house had an outlet hanging out the wall. And I remember pushing her. It was like between the bed and the wall. And I remember pushing her. And she fell on this between the bed and the outlet. And again, had to be 13 years old. And she scarred her back on this outlet. And it left a keloid scar across her back. Now, we were 13, 14 years old. I'm 44 now. So she has to be probably the same age. And I always wondered, I always thought when I see shit like this that, you left a mark on somebody's body that was there forever. And whenever this girl dates or she got married or had sex with a man, I'm sure they asked her, what happened to your back? And I don't know what story she could have told. Maybe she told the truth. My boyfriend, he pushed me down when I was 13 years old. But that shit always is in my heart. It always bothered me. I am super, super duper sorry, Marquita. But I say that to say domestic violence on women is wrong. This type of shit here was another level. I told you that story just to be transparent because I want to speak from a point of experience and just give you my opinion. Not no counselor or anything like that. But when I see men beat women, it breaks my heart. Every time I see a woman in any kind of distress, my old age at 44 years old, I don't know what the fuck it is, but I cry at commercials. I cry at Law and Order if I see a woman in distress. I'm watching the Blacklist now, and if some shit happens with Liz or any of the girls on there, if they're captured or some shit, it does something to me. And I don't know. It could be early childhood shit. It could be seeing domestic violence with my mom and my pop. I don't know what it is. It could be the shit that I went through, but it tugs at my heartstrings. And a guy, let's say his name's Zach Stacy, beats the shit out of his girl like that, throw her around the room. I just feel like there's no excuse at all for that. There's no excuse for what I shared either, because I shouldn't have pushed the girl down. But I just wanted to share that. I mean, I'm transparent as I can be. Again, I'm healing from this shit. But to throw your, like, it's that type of shit is off the charts. Like, you need anger management. You need your ass beat, number one. You need anger management and healing and all that. But you also need your ass beat. You need your ass beat. So, Zach Stacy, if y'all ain't seen this video, for women out there who've been through domestic violence, this is a triggering video. So don't watch it if you've been through some shit like that. But he get everything he deserved. I don't know how he got out on $10,000 bond and only charged with aggravated assault and criminal mischief. I mean, that video is like attempted murder and I don't know. Like, it's bad. It's bad. And I just think men out there, you got anger issues, talk to somebody, man. But you cannot be beating your fucking wife and beating your fucking girlfriend up like this. Like, it's insane. Like, that shit's going to lead you down a bad road of being incarcerated. Obviously, you hurt the one that you're supposed to love. They'll never look at you the same. And that's just not the side of love that you want to be on, bro. It's not the side of love that you want to be on. You want to be on the side of love of healing and being loving, being loved, knowing how to channel your fucking anger. You're going to get angry in relationships. You're going to get angry in marriage. But if you can't be putting your hands on people, bro. You can't be putting your hands on people. All the bros out there who hear this and know you may have smacked your girl before or punched your girl upside the head. Like, there's certain things in a relationship, certain things that you can't say sorry for. You know what I'm saying? It's certain words and phrases you talk you can't say sorry for. So you know the physicality keeps a woman scared of you. And why the fuck would you want your woman that you love so much, that's your queen? Why would you want her scared of you? That's what drives me crazy. That's what brings tears to my eyes when it's like the woman that you love looking up at you like, I know we going through something, nigga, but damn, you fucking beating me like you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I draw the line at, where it's like, no fucking physicality whatsoever. When you young, you hear the shit, walk away, and you think to yourself, oh, no, that shit hard. I can't do no shit like that. No, you can. Walk the fuck away. Remove yourself from the situation because you got the information. You know you're going to go to jail. You know the relationship never going to be the same. So what the fuck? Why even go there? Remove yourself from the situation. Let shit calm down. Hopefully shit calms down and then y'all able to talk about something. But throwing somebody against a wall, throwing somebody against that wall, throwing them against the TV, how the fuck could you ever say sorry for that? She got your kid, bro. How the fuck could you ever be in a relationship with her and talk to her and see her again and her not be fucking scared to death? It's crazy. So Zach Stacy, you a bitch ass nigga. This video is viral. A lot of people seen it. I'm sure women out there hate your guts. I'm not too fond of you neither. Keep your fucking hands off your girl and things will be much, much, much more better. What's your beef? What's your beef? This week, my fucking beef is the motherfucker that decided, Darrell Brooks, 39 years old. That's who he is. The dude who decided to drive through and pluck off 5 people in a goddamn Christmas parade. Like, again, this is the shit I'm talking about. And I'm sorry to say, his name, Darrell Brooks. It ain't Tom Wilson, so Darrell Brooks, he's a brother. 39 years old, just decided to ride through the Christmas parade and pluck off people. Killed 5 people and injured like 40 something people. 40 injured people, 5 dead. And they charged him with 5 counts of murder, which he should be charged with. It's happened in Wisconsin. Condolences to all the families who lost a loved one in that, and people who was injured. Hope y'all get well, get better. I'm sure this type of shit happened in New York. It wasn't a Christmas parade, but a dude flipped a corner and took out some people in the goddamn crowd. But you know, what do you do? And watching this video, the guy fucking came up behind the people. They didn't even see him, and he started plucking people off. But Dal Brooks, you get what you deserve too. 5 counts of murder. He ain't get no bail. He ain't get no goddamn bail. And yeah, but my thing is too though, why the fuck is the Christmas parade like so early? What the fuck are we doing out there? Nobody should have died, but what the fuck are we doing with the Christmas parade so goddamn early? Like this was a week ago. It's the 2nd week in November. We got fucking Christmas parade. What are we doing? That's no good. But I'm sure they'll move that next year. But again, the families, the people who was injured out there, it's a goddamn shame. What do we got here? 3 grams. 3 grams. Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty. I knew that was coming. I mean, who the fuck didn't know that was coming? Kyle Rittenhouse with the fake cry. Looking around to see if fucking people watching him. That bullshit. Like, man, please. I knew when they dropped the gun charge, he was going to be found not guilty. But, hey, it's Kyle Rittenhouse. What are you going to do? 17-year-old kid takes an AR-15 across state lines, shoots 2 people. Well, I thought initially was black, but no, they was 2 white guys. But still, nonetheless, they shouldn't have died because this asshole walks out and want to go play cop on the street. I always thought that was like against the law, playing cop and vigilante and shit like that. So yeah, Kyle Rittenhouse found not guilty. And it's weird because they compared this case to another kid. Well, I think this happened in Detroit. Mike, don't quote me on that, but I think it happened in Detroit where a black kid was driving, had a seizure, medical condition, had a car accident, and I think he killed somebody. And they gave him 50 fucking years. 50. Black young kid. I don't even think he was 20 years old. And they gave him 50 fucking years. The justice system, man, black, white, you know, it works for them and not so much for us. It worked for OJ because he spent 30 million. But most people ain't got 30 million to spend. But I'm just saying, if you had a medical condition behind the wheel, had a seizure, could have killed yourself. Now, damn, sorry that, you know, my car, I'm unconscious. My car hit something and somebody else died. I know that's another family that has to endure some pain too. But I should get 50 years in jail for that? I mean, I don't understand. I mean, I don't know what the punishment is, or there probably should. I don't know if there should be any, or if there is some. Is it 50 years? I mean, I don't know, but just seems a little extreme, seems a little dramatic to in comparison to Kyle Rittenhouse, who takes an AR-15 to states or state across, takes the guns across state lines, kills 2 people, calls it self-defense, and gets off, and does a fake fucking cry in court, and, you know, has sympathy for everybody. Oh, and these 3 grams this week, only gonna be 2. Odell Beckham receives his parting salary from the Browns in Bitcoin. Like, think about that, people. Think about the world we live in today, the technology that's going on, and the future where you can take your salary in Bitcoin. imagine you working at a company, a regular company that you work at now. And let's say you leave and you have a severance pay and they offer it in Bitcoin. Is that something that might pique your interest? Is that something that you would dabble your toe in if you didn't know dick about it? So what's your thoughts on that? I think it's just a way of the world and the way that this generation is wired, where they can tap into things like that, where my generation would have been like, man, I need to see some like green. I need to see some shit in the account, not some computer money that might not be there in the morning. But those along the lines how we thought. These kids today don't think that, and I think that's smart, where you can take a portion of your salary cash, just like normal people. But if you take in a severance package, then there's an option there to, take Bitcoin or Dogecoin or some type of stock options. I think that's probably the new wave on how people, because I've never heard of anybody partying and taking tech money like that, in Bitcoin. I've just never, you would think these kids will be like, well, again, new generation, so these kids think differently than we do. That's an investment. That's something that's a tangible investment for him. He can see it. He can touch it. Bitcoins. So, his salary is a few $1 million to part. And I think a Bitcoin is worth $65,000, one Bitcoin. So, it's a lot of coins. Still a lot of Bitcoins. A lot of coin. So that's where we at, man. This, again, we hope y'all enjoyed the episode. It was only me this week, your boy International Walk. Co-hostess with the Moses is not with us this week. She will be returning next week. So stay tuned for that. But I hope I did a good job. I did the best I could. I tried to come here and give y'all the facts, give y'all the energy, and I hope I did a good job. So that's Act 2, the podcast, episode 46. That's it. If you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Again, oh, no. I fucked that all up. Act2thepodcast.com. Catch us on the website. Catch us clips on the gram. Catch us on YouTube. Catch us on Breaker. Catch us on Google Podcasts. Catch us on Anchor. And we shooting for Apple Podcasts. Now, if you fuck with us, you fuck with us. If you don't, you should. Peace.